All right. It's June 12th. June 12th. All right. All right. It's June 12th. Uh, we are experiencing a heat wave of fucking biblical proportions here in Reno right now. It's been 103 degrees every day for the last like 3 or 4 days, and it's been over 95 degrees for the last like 2 weeks. It's hot. It is fucking hot. I finally caved and took my girlfriend up on her very generous offer of letting me borrow her car, which is good. It's been super nice not having to ride my bike the last couple of days. That was really, really sweet of her. Oh, God. There's like two fires happening too, so it's 102 degrees, 103 degrees with smoke in the air and shit. It's fucking nasty. It's like walking into a fucking speakeasy in Mississippi in the middle of the day. Disgusting. Uh, okay, so what we got? We got July 12th. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July. I recorded an episode the day after 4th of July, but I didn't like it very much, so I deleted it. But there was a story in there that I'm probably going to have to get to still because it was kind of interesting and funny, and I do want to remember it. Uh, but before we get to that, I got some news. I don't know if anybody listened to my very first episode, but it's called "The Bitch Wolf of Bighorn," and it's all about this bar and grill that I worked at, where I got bullied basically by the fucking bar manager and ended up quitting just because I couldn't fucking stand to work with the chick. Um, but I got a message yesterday, or well, it wasn't yesterday. Actually, I did get one yesterday, but I've gotten like 3 or 4 messages since they put this sign up. But I guess there's a sign on their door that says, like, due to government handouts, uh, we're having a hard time getting people to come to work or something. So please be patient with the staff that decided to come in today or whatever. And I guess there's a big hullabaloo around town about it because they took like an $80,000 PPP loan at the beginning of pandemic, and now they're like fucking shaming their former employees for taking the same type of money. I don't know. All I know is that place fucking has hella good chicken wings and the fucking bitchiest little leprechaun ever running the bar. That's all I could really tell you about that place. And they're very like, oh, these kids are trying to cancel Dr. Seuss. What's next, man? This isn't the America I miss. Like, blah, blah, blah. We need to make America great again. I never heard anyone say make America great again, but uh, they have that like mentality of like, it used to be so good, you know? What's going on? But yeah, anywho, I just thought that was interesting because that was kind of like that whole situation bothered me so much that I recorded that first episode, not even knowing what I was doing. I was just like, I have to get this out of my mouth. And, I don't know. Just thought that was kind of crazy. Fucking Kind, the stupid ass weed company that owes me an Amazon gift card, is not responding to any of my emails right now. They're completely ghosting me. I want to go in there so bad. Ugh. I bet my mom probably did get the thing, and I'm just harassing these people when they're like, listen, dude, we did give you the thing. Like, you're being crazy. I would honestly be willing to bet that that's what's happening more than them stealing a $150 gift card. But they were fucking shady. That place is shady. They could suck it. Um, Dude, have you seen the footage of the Gulf of Mexico oil pipeline fire? It is absolutely insane. It looks like the opening scene to Godzilla or like Pacific Rim or some crazy ass fucking monster movie where the monsters crawl out of the ocean. There's like a boiling fire that is underneath the surface of the ocean, and it's like boiling the top layer of the ocean, and just like all this steamy gas is like dissipating off to, oh man, you should totally look it up. There's not even a punchline or anything here. You should just look it up because it's like fucking super trippy and super weird. Fucking, what else is happening this week? That girl's not allowed to run in the Olympics because she smokes weed. There's not one part of that sentence that makes any sense anyways. Girl, Olympics, weed, running, none of it. So I don't really give a shit. But everybody's in a big hullabaloo about that. I think that if you get beat by a pothead in Olympic sprinting, like, you should get kicked off the team immediately. Like, everyone that lost to that chick is just off the team. You know? You can't even beat a fucking pothead. Get out, get out. What else going on? The dude that wrote that book about the Clintons, he fucking, and was specifically like, I'm very not suicidal. He apparently killed himself. Interesting. Uh, Independence Day just happened. 4th of July. Hope everyone's 4th of July was dope. Mine was pretty good. I spent most of the day with my buddy Donovan, and spent the rest of, and then we went and hung out with my buddy Ryan. We had a good ass day. Donovan hits me up and asks if I wanted to get some food, and I was like, yeah. And he came over to my house, and we smoked some weed, and we got super high and decided we were gonna get some barbecue. And so we're looking up places online to get barbecue, and we start calling places, and a bunch of places are closed because it's the 4th of July. But we call this place BJ's, and they answer the phone, and we asked them if they're like super busy, and they're like, oh, we can put you on the reservation or the wait list or whatever, blah blah blah. So it sounded like they were busy, and we decided we were going to go there anyways, just because they were the only place that answered the phone. And so we started driving, and we're going to Sparks, which is like on the far east side of Reno. And I was talking to my buddy, and I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure this restaurant is on like the far south end of town, actually. And he's like, no, there's two different places called BJ's, and they both do barbecue, but we're going to the one in Sparks. It's like right over off the side of the freeway. And I was like, you mean the one in the old IHOP building? And he was like, I don't know. There used to be an IHOP over there. I don't think it's the same building. And I was like, dude, I do think it's the same building because I remember this building like the back of my hand. And he was like, "Well, what's your problem with even if it is in the IHOP? What's your problem?" And I was like, "That's the building that my dad abandoned. Like our family was at IHOP when my dad abandoned our family and like stole our TV and shit, and fucking took the truck and took off." And Donovan was like, "No, dude, no, no, no. I'm sure it's not the same building. That's fucking crazy." And we like pull up, we get off the freeway, and we pull up to the restaurant, and it totally is the same building. And Donovan's looking around, he's like, "Oh, there's no IHOP." And I was like, "It's because it's the same fucking building, dude." And he's like, "No way. That would have had to have been like fucking 30 years ago or something then, when that was like that." And I was like, "That's exactly when my dad abandoned our family." And, so we get to BJ's, we get out, they're fucking closed because it turns out we called the other BJ's, the one that's south of town, which any logical person would have been like, "Well, shit, let's just go to that one because we know it's open." But we were like, "No, let's find a different barbecue spot that's closer." And we called all these fucking places around Sparks. Nobody answered the phone calls. Nobody wanted to make us any goddamn barbecue on Independence Day, which is fine. But then we ended up deciding to go to this bar, Chop 40, which is a bar I like to go to, but it's on the literally opposite side of town from this fucking uh, single family IHOP that we're leaving. And so it takes us a little while to get over there. We end up smoking some more weed. We're getting pretty high. Um, Take the freeway. We get off in Verdi. We start driving down Verdi. We pass this like dirt biker who's going the opposite direction of us, who was like ripping on the berms and shit on the side of the road and like jumping over the little ditches and shit and like I don't know, it just looked super badass. And then I realized that was my buddy Ryan, who lives in Verdi. And he just came ripping past us, dude. He looked like fucking Shredder. Like on this, he looked badass. It was cool. So as soon as I see him, I give him a call and we ask him if he wants to go to Chop 40 with us, because that's the bar him and I usually go to when I hang out with him. And he's like, "Oh, no can do, dude. Fucking got a ride today, but if you want to go swimming later, I'd be down." And I asked Donovan if maybe he wanted to go swimming after we got some food. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And so we drive all the way to Chop 40 to go get some lunch. Turns out Chop 40 is closed too, even though I'm pretty fucking sure the website said it was open, but you know, I did not really check that good. And I paid the price. We pulled up and there was nobody in the parking lot. So now we're on the other side of town. We're getting pretty hungry. We've smoked enough weed to where even if we weren't hungry, we are now. And we're getting a little crazy. Like it's to the point where it's nobody even cares what we eat. We're just like, "Do we have to eat something?" But we did want to sit down and eat something like in a kind of like sports bar kind of vibe, or like a barbecue house or some shit like that, you know? So, so we start calling all the like 24-hour sports bars and shit like that. We end up going to this place, Jocks, which is in the parking lot of one of the bigger casinos in town. And it's just this really dreary, dingy, dim, shotgun style sports bar. Like it's just like a hallway of a sports bar. It was fucking crazy actually. They had a darts game setup, but it's set up like long ways. So basically, you just throw the darts down the length of the bar past everyone's head, and that's how you like hit the dartboard. I don't know, it's fucking crazy. Or it seemed crazy. Nobody was playing it, so I mean, I guess it's probably safer if everyone knows who's doing what and whatever. But we got some food, and it totally sucked. Wasn't very good. We both kind of ordered things we wouldn't have normally got anyways, which is never a good idea when you're in a suspect place like Jock's. When you're at Jock's, you just get the chicken wings and the fries, and that's what they do good, and that's the best you're gonna get there. But you know, we were high and hungry, so we decided to learn the hard way, and the service was pretty bad. But it was the type of bad that I like, where they're just like surly and kind of mean. And yeah, I don't know, it was just lonely and weird too. There was nobody in there besides a couple like diehard alcoholics like laying on the bar, and then us sitting on the other side smoking cigs. And we did what we had to do. Dude's got to eat, bro. If you don't eat, you die. So we ate. Um, we hit up Ryan, ask him if he's down to go swimming still, and he's like, "Yeah, man, come on over whenever you're ready." So we go to my house, pick up some swimming gear, go over to Donovan's house, pick up some swimming gear for him. We smoked some more weed. This is like the third time we're smoking weed. And we also rolled 2 blunts while we were smoking weed. So we're like smoking weed and like getting more weed to smoke for later in the day. It was a real high day. Him and I both working 2 jobs lately, and we don't get very many days off, and somehow like our days off synced up, and we just got fucking absolutely like legally retarded on marijuana. But we get all our shit together, fucking drive out to Verdi, which is where Chop 40 was. So we're driving back out to the farthest point in Reno again. We've done this like huge Z pattern across the whole city already. Fucking already feels like a real long day. And then we did it all high, so it just kind of felt like a just epic, like dan dun 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 dan dun. But yeah, we drive out there, get on out to the old Verdi, Verduce, and we get out there at Ryan's. He has left the keys to his car in his work truck. So usually when we go swimming in this flume, we'll park one car like down the river and then drive one up and float from one car to the other one and then take it back. But today we only had one car, so we parked it at the spot where we wanted to get out, and then Donovan and me fucking smoked a blunt while we walked up to the point where we're gonna jump in the river. And so we're like walking in the sun. We got a belly full of jocks, and we're smoking more weed. Just getting like delirious and goofy, and just everything starting to feel a little slippery and slow motiony to me. And we got to walk all the way to this bridge so that we can jump in the water. And we get there, and Donovan's like, "Dude, I'm a little too high, man. I think I'm too high." And we're like trying to bitch at him and tell him to jump in the river with us while we're still smoking this blunt. Like I'm passing it to him, just like, "Dude, no, you're not. You're in your own head right now. Here, smoke some of this." And we're gonna get in there. The second you get in, you're gonna really, really like it. You're not gonna regret it at all. And we got to like tie the car key to his pants, which was just hella funny because everybody was stoned and we just like, it took way too long for some adults to get ready to jump in the water. But I pissed my pants while we were standing there, just because that's kind of a tradition between us dudes. Is there's something funny about like going swimming, and you know everybody knows you're gonna pee in there anyways, but you pee your pants while you're still dry and get it all over your legs and your shoes and shit, and then you jump in the water, and I just think that's fucking hilarious. It's a good move. But I did that, and Ryan did that, and I don't remember if Donovan did that, but we're still smoking this blunt. And this guy walks by, and he sees us like peeing our pants and shit. I'm like, "Hey, do you want the rest of this blunt?" And he's just like, gives me like an up down look, and he's like, "No, thanks, I'm good." Which is fucking. I didn't really think about it until after he walked away, but Ryan was just like, "Dude, he saw you pee your pants. Like, he doesn't want your piss soaked fucking refry right now." And he's totally right. That was gross. And if that guy ever hears this, I'm sorry. That was fucking. You were just trying to go on a nice little walk or something, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have put you in that awkward position. But we end up smoking the whole rest of the weed anyways, and then jumping in the water and having a good ass time. It's kind of like the lazy river at like a water park, but it was deeper and faster. Um, then we decided to go get food again after we go swimming a couple times. And we went to Gold and Silver, which is 24/7 like American diner that has like a 6-page menu with everything on it, like pizza, breakfast, fucking hot dogs, you know, just like everything American. And we got the fucking weirdest waiter. He was like this 6'6", huge like square guy, and he had a mask on and a tie-dye shirt. And he just kept, I don't know, I think he thought we were probably on like fucking psychedelics or something, because Donovan and me were so stoned to the bone that I bet our eyes were just like super red. And we had been swimming. But he just kept being like, "Hey guys, hey, I got you. Don't worry, I got you, I got you, I got you." Like way over the top would say like, "I get you, I got you, I've got you." I asked for like a second to look at the menu, and he's like, "Oh, totally, man. Take all the time you need, dude. No problem here. I got you. I got you. I got you." And he came back, and I ordered a drink, and everybody ordered their food, and he's like, "Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you." And he's also kind of like trying to be physically funny, you know, like kind of Jim Carrey, like moving around a bunch, like singing the order as he drops it off, type of shit. Like I don't know, fucking real weirdo. Uh, or he wasn't a weirdo. He was cracking us up hella bad. But he wasn't like, I don't know. I don't think he was intending on being funny the way he was. But I mean, if he was trying to be funny the way that we thought he was funny, that dude is a fucking genius. But he comes back with my Bloody Mary and is like, "Hey, the bartender was a little busy, so I just made it myself, and I mixed it up myself. So, you know," and he does like a little witchy spiral motion over it. He's like, "So, you know, it's really good because I touched it." And he said, "I touched it." And I was just like, ah. I got ready to be roofied and, you know, live in the bathroom for a couple of days, but, nothing bad happened. It was good Bloody Mary. But the dude was just cracking me the fuck up. And, so we got food. I think we got like a wide variety of food too. Like I got breakfast. Donovan got the steak dinner. and Ryan got pizza. Ryan bought everybody's food. That was hella tight. Um, and then right as we were leaving, Ryan was like, "Hey guys, you want to get ice cream?" And me and Donovan both looked at each other like all excited, like, "Yes, yeah, 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 yeah." And so we all decided to fucking go get some ice cream. And we were gonna get like really fancy ice cream at first, but everything was closed. So we ended up going to Cold Stone. And as we're driving to Cold Stone, this couple pulls up next to us, and they're like in the middle of a huge fucking fight, like screaming at each other. And we looked over and like looked away, and it just like kept going on. And then I heard like the door open, and I looked over, and the girl was trying to get out of the truck, and the guy like grabs her by the neck and yanks her back in the truck, and then slams the door, like reaches over her and slams the door, and then slams her into the door once it's closed, like the wall of the truck. And it was like, not that there's an appropriate amount of force to do this with, but it was so fucking hard. Like it was just like shocking to me. I immediately got out of my seat, fucking got out of the car, walked over there, started screaming at the dude. Ryan got out right behind me, totally had my back. So did Donovan. Fucking, we're all like surrounding this car. The dude's fucking screaming back at me like, "She's trying to get out of a moving car, man. Fucking blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "You don't need to slam her against the fucking wall like that." And he was like, "You're right. You're right." Like put his hands up to him and was just like, "You're right." You like, I felt like for a moment he could see like what he had really done and shit. And like, I don't know. But I just kept screaming at him. And then Ryan started coming around the car, and the dude just like slammed his door and peeled out between us and drove away. But it was so fucking stressful. I don't know, we were in like a food coma, just driving up the street. All of a sudden you're like adrenaline is up at 9, you're just like breathing really hard, and like, we all got back in the car. There was a lady on the side of the road who was like, "Good job," at us, but I don't really know. I can't imagine that lady had a very good night when she went home. But, it was a real mood swing. Because probably like 13 seconds before they pulled up, I was just like, "Guys, I think I'm going to get cake batter with cookie dough." You know? I was all pumped. And we still ended up getting ice cream, and it was good too. It was funny. Donovan ended up upgrading sizes so that he could get more types of ice cream and shit, and then only eating half. It was fucking funny. Then went home and I watched that show Alone, which is usually a really good show, or like I like it. It's about people who get dropped off in the middle of nowhere in the woods, and they have to film themselves and just survive with nothing, basically. Or they have like tools and like clothes and shit, but they have to catch all their own food and blah blah blah. And it's usually really good, but this season kind of sucks. There's like a narrator this season. He's like this big, handsome football player looking like straight toothed fucking, I don't know. It's just annoying because the show never had a narrator, and there was always just like, or maybe it did, and I just always skipped those parts or something. I don't fucking know. But it kind of bothers me. And they also made the challenge different. Like they made it so that you have to last a certain amount of days to win, whereas normally you would just have to be the last person to quit to win. And I always thought that was way more interesting, but I don't know. It was kind of irritating me, so I went for a walk instead. And I needed some cigarettes, and so started walking around my neighborhood, going towards the store I like to go to, and I walked past like maybe three or four different like couples dates going on in a yard. Like four people eating dinner in the front yard, super like nice looking. I'm not talking any shit. I just was like really, really high, and I don't know why, but I got so like self-conscious walking in front of these couples because it happened like every 4 or 5 houses for 2 blocks. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And and then I made it to the store and I realized my fucking high ass forgot my wallet. So I didn't have anything to even buy any cigarettes. And I could have just turned around and walked right back down the street, but I was like, I don't want to walk past those couples. Like, they're gonna know that I have nothing going on and that I also forgot my shit and I just walked down here and now I'm walking back. This is gonna look suspicious and weird. I just got like super stupid in my head like that. I don't know what the fuck was up with that. But I walked like 4 blocks out of the way to avoid all those couples and we made a huge like square pattern back to my house. It was like sad when I got home and then just smoked refries out of the ashtray on the porch. I don't know. That was better than that was more lonely than the fucking last season of Alone though, I'll tell you that. Oh my god. Fucking threw my back out the other morning too. My fucking backaroni, dude. Got the back, the jack back, dude, the back flag. The fucking don't step on your crack, Jack. My back, my bread back. I got the bread back. Got the back Sabbath. Fucking the shittiest pain. I get like upper back pain every once in a while. And it always happens when I'm doing like nothing interesting either or difficult. It'll be like you sneezed while you were turning or something weird, where you fucking rolled over in bed wrong. But it like, oh, it really hurt and it sucked the wind out of my sails super bad. I was like laying on the floor like, and then and what sucks is it hurts to laugh when like your rib cage area is all swollen or I don't know what's going on up there, but whenever that happens to me, it hurts really bad to laugh. And, and I like could see what I looked like on the floor in the mirror, like all wincing and on my back trying to catch my breath. And I started laughing at myself, which made it hurt worse, which made me laugh at myself more. And it was like this shitty little cycle of pain and laughter on the floor for a minute. It was fucking no good. Felt like there was some fireworks going off in my fucking spine. Uh, uh, yeah. What else? 4th of July. Got the bread back. fucking didn't like that TV show. Um, oh man, I was thinking about how come there's no black fireworks? Like, no social, political, anything involved with this statement. I just like think it would be cool if there was black fireworks, ones that were just fucking like all black, baby. That'd be crazy. You could shoot them off in the daytime and shit. You know, they'd be cool. Uh, yeah, I don't know. That seems pretty obvious too. It's like, how come nobody makes those? Maybe they do, and it's just like a huge fucking mess. I don't know. I don't know. Man, I was watching the news, and the news is just getting so crazy. I bet you in the future, it's just like, it's just a robot voice telling you about what the video you were watching. This video is of a landslide in northern Arizona, blah, blah, blah. And then on the side of that, like you're watching a public disaster, like um, a murder caught on video or some shit like that. But it's also got like sexy house music bumping in the background, like, and then four were killed here, and then blah, blah, blah. And, like panning in and out from both sides, kind of like the old school Mario's, is like strippers, just like super hot chicks in G-string bikinis and stuff, fucking twerking and stuff like that. Cause that's what the people really want to see. It's like, and the new president is, and there's a big old fucking cooter up in your face. Boom.